Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. As you can see, we're still up towards the top end of the table. We're only 4 points off the top. I know we've dropped down to third place. Gateshead have been on a good run of form. But since you were last with us, we've also been on a good run of form. I'll just take you through the schedule. Nottingham and Guiseley were the last two games you played with. Since then, we have been unbeaten in the league. We have had a couple draws in amongst there. So 3 draws? 4 wins. We were through in the FA Cup third and fourth qualifying rounds. We did take Burton to extra time, but we've unfortunately been knocked out, which is no great surprise, and probably it's a blessing in disguise if we want to push for the top of the league, because we do have quite a small squad. Today's episode, we've got a home game against Warrington in the Vanarama, and there's a little bit of break from the league games. Got the FA Trophy second round away at Hemel Hempstead. So hopefully we'll get a lot of goals. In terms of top scorers, goals and how it's going, Rob Parker's he's already broke the 20 goals for the season. He's just been an absolute phenomenon. Bajatic again at the back, brilliant. The harmony in the squad's also been exceptional. We do have a couple players who are a little bit unhappy. We've got Scott Wilson, Harry Flowers, both want to leave. I don't know why. And they keep saying they want to play in better divisions or squads not being strengthened, but they keep wanting to sign for ridiculous clubs like Dulwich and haven't Waterlooville. They're just like really ridiculous clubs that aren't really an improvement for them. Sonny Graham, again, he's another one. He's unhappy that the coaching team was not improved, despite me getting more coaches than we're currently scaled for. I think we've got 5 instead of 4, but still he's not happy. And Matty Waters, again, he wants to join Barnet as they play in a better division. But if he stays, we're going to potentially get promoted and be in that division. So, a couple of things not really adding up. In terms of jobs, just through the staff. So in the job centre, the only managers open at the minute is Ascoli in Serie B, Salford in League One, but John Terry's favourite for that. And then in terms of job security, there's a few insecure jobs in League South, League North. Wrexham in the National League is potentially coming up. Not sure if that's something I would or wouldn't want to go for. Again, put in the comments section if a job like that came up. Do you think we should move for it? They're only 1 league higher and we're on quite a good run. It's a bit of a hard one because the Vanarama National Leagues are quite difficult to care of. With all that being said, stay tuned. I'll click us through the intro, get us to the first game, and we'll see if we can make it a double winner this episode. So stay tuned. Welcome back. So here we go then, starting lineup for the first game, which is home game against Warrington. Renshaw in goals. Pretty settled back four of Waters, Wilson, Flowers and Challoner. Bajatic steps forward into the defensive midfielder role, with Sonny Graham just having a little bit of a rest. Brennan covering the middle of the park, and we got Thomas and Mills covering the wings, with the phenomenal Rob Parker carrying up front to see if he can make it towards 30 goals. We're not even halfway through the season yet, so yeah, I think if he hasn't already broken the top scorer for the club, he certainly will before the end of the season. In we go then, we'll get into the dressing room. It doesn't take too much to G them up anymore. It's just a case of carry on where you left off, or prove the media are right to back you up. Let's see what it is today. Good run out of Lele, so go in there and press us. And we'll just get straight into it. Home game against Warrington. I think we're probably favourites to win this game. Challoner with a throw-in down the right early on. Crosses into the box. Harker with an early chance just a minute into the game. But unable to make it 22 for the season. I will just see how we settle into this match. There have been quite a few games in quick succession with the FA Cup run we had. So it'll be kind of nice to get back to a 1 game / 2 game a week cycle, just to give the players that extra bit of recovery. 15 minutes into the game, another highlight then. This time it looks like it's for Warrington, playing the ball around the back. Broke through the left-hand side. Again, Mills has picked up the ball. Did have a chance to break, but gave the ball straight back, which isn't the best way to play football as a corner comes in for Warrington. Mills clears it up to Harker, and he's got a 1-on-2 run now. But yeah, it comes to nothing. He was quite isolated up there on that occasion. We didn't quite have the break from the corner that we needed. We kind of miss Sonny Graham when he's not in there. And not that he's the most creative player in the world. He just links the defence to midfield really well. Challoner to cover, again playing out from the back. Short passing game, which I will always say has been a feature since we changed to it, into Harker, and he just grazes the crossbar. I think he scores most games, so don't be surprised if he scores another one today. So we make an early substitution for fitness purposes. Jordan Hutchison coming on, again making a fairly rare appearance. One of the youngsters that came through in a blindingly high potential group, which I think will go on to do great things for this club if we develop them correctly. Coming up to half time then, I'm not sure if I want to make that change. I don't really want a centre half playing it inside winger, inverted winger on the left, so we'll just nurse him to half time and get a little bit out of Thomas going into the second half before we do make a change. Again, shooting's not been great. We've not created that many chances, to be perfectly honest. Only one shot on target out of 8. I would expect us to be doing a little bit better than that in terms of chances. That's more a realistic change. Wilson for Pruti, but we'll just see this highlight first. Wilson to Flowers into cover. Plays the ball out wide to Challoner. Can he find a man? No, he can't. He's giving it straight back to the opposition who have a chance to break. Can we win the ball back yet? But again, we've given it straight away. And we've not played great. And if they get a chance to... fortunately, he's put it wide. We'll make that change, Wilson for Pruti. Again, like I said before, there's been a lot of games in quick succession. It's been quite tough to balance the fitness in what is quite a small squad. I think we've got about 19 players, which is by no means a massive squad. Traditionally, you'd have about 25. And I normally base that on your first 11, a duplicate of that first 11 to take it to 22, and then just a couple flexible squad players to bolster you up to 25. I'm just going to share a few words of encouragement from the touchline with 25 minutes to go, because again, this is one of them games we really need the points from it. And I'm not quite sure how we're going to get the most out of this. I think I might take Badgetich off, bring Graham on. I talked about earlier, just that link between front and back. So we'll get him on, see if he can make the difference. 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes for him to hopefully prove me right. It would be a shame if we didn't win this game, because we really need to keep pace. We are only 4 points off the top. At one stage we were 6 points behind. But again, coming up to halfway through the season, we would like to be within touching distance to make the second half really exciting. I'm still looking at potentially bringing in a right back to strengthen Challoner's position. But again, only if it's the right player. Looks like a red card for Warrington. Again, can we capitalise on that coming into the final 10 minutes? We've got more than enough players on there who can score a goal. And I'm only in the front three. Not so much Hutchison, who's come on as a youngster, but yeah, it's a bit disappointing we've not been able to get the breakthrough in this game. 14 shots, 15, only 4 on target. As we're coming into injury time, we've certainly left it late if we get anything now. You could argue we don't really deserve anything from the game, albeit we've been the more dominant team. 2 minutes to go. I think it's going to fizzle out to a 0-0 draw, unfortunately. There you go. So, not an ideal result, not a terrible result. We were the better side, but even the mighty Rob Parker couldn't get us the goal we need. So what we'll do is we'll just click through. We'll get ready for the second game. A bit of a break from the league. Yeah, we're back to 6 points away. Was it 23? We'll be halfway through the season, so nearly at the halfway point. Much better off than we were last season, but still a bit of work to go on consistency if we're going to put in a realistic challenge. Waters wants to discuss. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to him. So yeah, stay with us. I'll click through to the next match and we'll see how we get on in a slightly diverted away FA Trophy game. So stay tuned. Welcome back for the home game in the FA Trophy against Hemel Hempstead. Starting lineup for today then, Renshaw in goals. Again, the settled full back of Waters, Wilson, Bajetic and Mills. Mills dropping into right back for Challoner, who's having a little bit of a rest this game. Graham, Brown, Brennan in the middle of the park. Thomas cover on the wings and Harker up front. FA Trophy, yeah, it'd be nice to win. I'll be honest, it's a trophy that's achievable for the teams down the National League. For those of you who watched the series last season of Unemployed to Unstoppable, where we were at Wealdstone, we actually won this trophy 2 seasons on the bounce. I think it was in the first and second season. So yeah, it's one we're familiar with. It's one we're interested in being competitive with as long as possible. A game against Hemel Hempstead, yeah, I think it's one that we could win and move into the next round and see how far we can go, really. If it's a trade-off between competing at the top of the league or being in the cup, I'd forfeit the cup just to have that chance of promotion, because it's so hard to get this division, and I don't want to languish down here too long. Harker breaks through, and again, one-on-one, you'd expect him to finish that. It's 2 games in a row this would be if he doesn't score. So I'm hoping he gets back into scoring form. His ratings are always good. He always gets in the right positions. It'd just be nice if he can get back into that goal scoring form. As Thomas breaks down the right hand side into Harker, he gets another chance on target, but just probably a little bit far out to score a header from there. But again, we get the ball back and a chance to recycle it and go again. As Brown plays it through to Mills, we work our way down the right again into Harker, one-on-one again. And again, this time there's no mistake. He slots it into the bottom corner and he carries on scoring. So it's 22 for the season. I'm not sure the split between league goals and cup goals. I don't know if it's on there. So 18 league appearances, 17 goals. So that's not bad. I'll take that. Any day of the week. He could potentially end up surpassing 30 goals for the season in the league, which compared to Nick Knowles, who we had last season, who, don't get me wrong, he was a good player and he did this for the first season, but I think Harker's certainly an upgrade, and I think anyone would be hard pushed to argue a case against it. That being said, this season, I don't think there's much more I would really change at this level. Minor tweaks, I think you're going to get small gains. I think right back you might have a little bit of joy out with Challoner only being 3-star, but across the rest of the pitch, I think you'd be hard pushed to assemble a squad quite as competitive as this. I'm not saying it's impossible, but with the budget that was at our disposal in terms of wages and transfers, to have this competitive a squad in the second season, I mean, yeah, I think we've made sufficient progress from our starting aim. As it looks like we've got a penalty, Matty Waters is going to step up to take it. Again, unfortunate news with Matty Waters. He's come to us in between games and essentially said he's going to run his contract down and run for free at the end of the season because he wanted to be sold. I could have sold him, but I think he's worth more to us in the form he's in. Just staying, because the transfer fee you're going to get at most is £1,000 or £2,000, which you're going to make more than that by getting promoted. So him, Flowers, Wilson, as we conceded all there, as I was saying, him, Flowers, Wilson, all the players who are wanting to leave and are running down their contracts, I'm not going to sell them to stop that happening, because the trade-off in finances for being promoted far exceeds £1,000 or £2,000. So we'll keep them, we'll play them, we'll use them to get up a division, and then we'll replace them. It's pretty cutthroat and ruthless, but again, they came to me, I didn't go to them. I would have been more than happy to keep them longer and extend their contracts, but if they're not going to play the game, I'm going to just find somebody else. So 20 minutes to go, 2-1 up. Things not going too bad, although Hemel are just starting to get a little bit more in on the game. our clearance is there again. They're not the short passing play we normally have. We're tending to panic a bit on our clearances. Harker's looking tired. We'll get Bowden on. Bowden, of course, one of the young players came through the youth group. He's been doing well. On the note of the young players that came through, we had Mensah as a reserve goalkeeper. So one of the clubs has just come through and poached him off us and signed him, and he went. And it said it's because he was on non-contract, but I went to Bowden a minute ago to try and get him on contract to make sure the same thing doesn't happen. And I don't get the option of extending his contract. So if anybody knows why that is, again, please let me know in the comments section so I can try and tie them down a little bit longer, because certainly the players that have come through our youth development squad, I'd like to keep them, just to say that we had our own homegrown players as part of the journey to get us where we're going. And there we go, final result comes in, 25 shots, 16 on target, dominated possession, 2-1 victory. I'd like it to have been a little bit more comfortable, but again, the victory's the important part. It gets us through into the next round. And yeah, so I'll just have a quick click through and see if it'll tell me when the next draw is. It's not on there, so you're probably not going to find out this episode. But £5,000 for winning. Again, that's more than the transfer fee of all three of them players put together I was talking about. So yeah, not bad. I'll look at the schedule. We'll just have a quick look when we're going to come back. We're going to pass the halfway mark of the season. I'll probably play through to, again, the end of January. That'll give me a chance to bring you up to speed if there's anything in the January transfer window to bring in either loan players or another free transfer. And it'll also let you know how we get through the fixture congestion when we start playing a lot of games in quick succession. And it'll set us up for the kind of last few months of the season. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope you've been enjoying what you're seeing. Again, put in the comments section all the questions I've asked throughout the episode, because certainly some of you might have a little bit more knowledge and experience than me. And again, we can all help each other and ensure we enjoy playing the game to the best of our ability. I'll see you again in a couple of days. Take care, and I'll see you soon.